Thanks for joining me again. So today we're gonna talk about something a little bit abstract. We're gonna be talking about hedgehogs and foxes, right? So there's an old, kind of an old analogy that hedgehogs have one way of doing things. They do everything the same way. They solve the problem once, and then they don't have to adapt again. And the fox has to be a little more wily. They have to adapt. They have to try multiple ways to do things. And that's really the mindset we want to have when we're talking about learning AI. Um, you know, uh, a hedgehog may think, I didn't grow up with this. It's not for me. Whereas a fox is going to say, okay, let me figure out what works about this. Let me try to find the little nuances or tools that are going to work for me, right? Whereas a hedgehog wants kind of a clean rule, right? Does AI work for me or not, right? So the answer is absolutely it works for you. You just have to find the way it works for you. Now, one of the things I talk about is I was born in Brooklyn, I grew up in Long Island, and now I live in New Jersey. So I have a joke, and a lot of people who know me joke. I have less than no patience for things, right? But I utilize that in AI. When I'm talking to AI, I I always just say, "Hey, that's not what I asked for." Right? What do I have to say? This is something I say all the time. What do I have to say so that you'll understand exactly what I'm looking for? What what do I need to change in the way I'm speaking so that you'll understand what I'm saying? You know, um, and AI, unlike my wife, doesn't get upset when I when I talk to it like that. So, so it's really about adapting the way you're doing things, and to be a fox, right? Um, foxes handle reality, and it's reality. Like we found ourselves, like I mentioned before in previous videos. Like I'm 60 years old. I've 30 years as an executive recruiter. I worked for some of the largest technology companies the world has ever seen as an executive recruiter doing high level recruitment. And when I think I was like 57 or 58 years old, I found myself on the job market and nobody, I got no interviews working at, really high tech Silicon Valley companies. Um, so it's really adapt to the circumstances. It's just going to be really important, right? You need to compare sources. You adapt the task to you, right? How's this going to work for you? How do you solve problems? Now, one of the things that most people don't think about is you you already know how to ask good questions. You know how to spot nonsense. You know how to read people, solve problems, make judgment calls because you've been doing it for your whole life, right? So really just apply all of that to AI, right? You have the wisdom, like, the people around you, if you're still working, um, the people around you, they may be younger, they may seem smarter, but they don't have your wisdom. That's the thing. You have to just apply your wisdom. You've solved so many problems before. Don't don't get obsessed with like, oh, they know how to use Word or Excel better than I do, or they're better at AI prompts than I am. It doesn't matter. You've solved problems. So just take all the knowledge that you've acquired and then add it to what you're doing with AI, right? Put it in ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT difficult questions, right? Say, um, one of the prompts, and I always speak my prompts, and I'll put a little screenshot here about like how to use the volume or the audio feature, so you can just talk. Because if I was typing right now, I'd be looking down the whole time. Um, but talking, I can just go off. So I would say something like, so I want a comprehensive and concise evaluation of this article. Make it clear, I like bullets. Give me a summary at the bottom and why it's important. And I also love quotes. So make sure there's a lot of quotes in there. So, and then it just gives me exactly what I asked for. And if it doesn't, then I turn on the Long Island or the Brooklyn and I'm just like, what are you doing? That's not what I asked for. Give me what I asked for. And, and it's also it's also a way to have fun. So, I hope this was helpful. And make sure you're a fox and not a hedgehog. Just adapt and stay curious and stay capable. All right. Until next time, and I'm going to start posting some how-to videos. Uh, Please like and subscribe. I know everybody says it, but it's going to help me out. I'm trying to grow this thing, but I'm growing it for you. I love talking to you about how to impact your life, right? I was going through it. I was really down about how things were going to go, and so I'm like, this inspires me to talk to people and help people. I've always been of service, even as an executive recruiter. Just making an impact for people is all I want to do. So hopefully this is helpful on some level, and we're gonna, once I start getting feedback from you guys, then we're gonna start um, kind of modifying the content to what you guys want. So stay curious, stay capable, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.